Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Thursday morning here. I'm actually in LA, and this is day 619 of the 3 Plus Minutes of Blanks Challenge. And as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind today. Yesterday was a tough day, a weird day. And I'll say what happened. I ended up switching my trips because I was trying to get off a little bit earlier and wanted to make a little bit more hours. And the idea was to try to get to home to my daughter Lola as soon as possible. Well, it didn't work out in my favor. And I understand that a lot of that happened because of decisions that I made. The company changed my schedule. We were experiencing irregular operations because of the storms and things on the East Coast. And so now I ended up having to work to New York, taking a red eye. I wasn't really happy about it when I first found out about it. I was actually pretty angry. But I took some time to sit down and self-reflect and say, well, yeah, the company may have done some things, but the decisions you made led to where you were. And it allowed me to recenter myself and just say, okay, whatever is supposed to happen is supposed to happen. I can't control it, and move on. That worked. About an hour or two into the flight, actually about 2 hours into the flight, I got to meet a great gentleman by the name of Stu. I was hanging out with a crew member of mine, Trevor, having this really cool conversation. And Stu stops by from using the restroom. And he was telling us a little bit of story about his family and why he was going to LA and things of the sort. And then he said something that struck me. He said, him and the family were going to meet together in LA, and it'd be the first time in 5 years that they were meeting together. And my question to him was, are you excited about it? And his response was, no. So that led down a series of questions, like me understanding, like, okay, you're meeting with family. This should be an amazing time. Why wasn't it? And it led down to this conversation about generational curses, self-awareness, and just this amazing conversation. I'm not going to get in depth into it. But what I will say was, once again, I met an amazing young man, 82 years young. And I got so much inspiration from him. What I appreciated about him was his openness, his receptiveness, and his vulnerability. And something he said to me, he said, "You're better than all the shrinks I've ever seen in my lifetime." And it was just, he's like, "I think you're in the wrong profession." And for me, to some degree, I also realized that myself. I am. And the conversation that I was having with Trevor was talking about my transition from my job. And though there is fear that comes with it, there is also a clarity and peace that comes with it as well. And I think yesterday was one of those signs for me to let me know that, yes, there are going to be some tough times ahead, but the decisions that I am making now in this moment will lead to the amazing future that I envision. And I am blessed by that every single day. So as always, I say be blessed today and every day. Talk to you soon. Peace.